If if someone hits a if someone hits a animal, then animal either it will run away or it will attack on you. If it is a lion and tiger, then he may kill you, eat you, whatever it is. So, for any animal, human, eh, human or any animal, it is not possible that it will not react. If you attack on him, it will react. Either it will run away or it will attack you back. But what about the not non-animal like tree, river, mountain? Do whatever you can do. This is what China is doing. China has a territory and and there is two parts of China. One is mainland China and other is Chinese part that is captured by China around 1947 when Indian National Congress came into the power in India. Now they did not have any fear. They knew that they cannot do anything. Indian National Congress has to follow McMahon line, Dunal line, McDonald line, and Durand line, and so many lines. So it cannot cross those lines because Britishers have told them whatever parliament building I have been given you, whatever the book I have given you, you have to follow that only. They have told to Pakistan also. They have told to India also. They have told it to Bangladesh, Burma also. They have told it to Bhutan or Sri Lanka. Means this is your parliament. I have built it, and these are the rule regulations through which you have to follow. This is McDonald line. This is McMahon line. This is Durand line. Don't go beyond it. China was knowing that what Indian nation can do, and in 1947 onwards, it started occupying the it is also called Indian subcontinent. Now Tibetan part and Xinjiang part. So these are considered as high altitude area where Tibet is very high altitude. 4,000, 5,000 meters sea level it is very high. Whereas Xinjiang it is around 1,000-meter altitude. Now, if it is at high altitude, then what river originates from these locations? There are two rivers that enter southwards. One is Brahmaputra river, one is Mekong river. So Mekong river enters the eastern part of the Indian subcontinent, that is Burma, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia and Vietnam. So there the Mekong river enters, whereas Brahmaputra enters into whatever is eastern India right now, that is Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and then it enters into Bangladesh. So this is Brahmaputra region. Now there is no treaty between China and India. Now China is blindly it is making river dam, hydropower. They call it we are building hydropower dam. 6 dam on Brahmaputra river is already done. What Brahmaputra river is entering into India, only God can tell. 14 dams they have built on Mekong river. Since these are in Tibetan region, high altitude region, they are calling it we are not taking the water. Don't worry. We are just taking out the electricity. We are not taking the water. Okay. Now, same drama they started doing in Xinjiang also. There are 20 rivers from Xinjiang province that enter into Kazakhstan. One is Ili river and one is, I believe it is, okay, there is one other river, Kirtish or some river. There are many rivers, 20 river from Xinjiang province, it enters into Kazakhstan. Ili river enters and finally it, it empties into a Balkhas lake. Whereas other river, I'll see its name, it enters the Kazakhstan and then it go and meets Ob river in Russia. Then from Kazakh, it's a very long river. Then it go and meet Ob river. Then finally it empties into the Arctic Ocean, north. So two rivers are primary, but there are 20 rivers. Now China has built dam over there also. So for one river, it is taking out 40% of the water, Another river, it is taking out 70% of the water. It is not made electricity dam. It is like a barrage. It is taking out the water. It is diverting the water. Less water is reaching Kazakhstan. Now, for the Brahmaputra and Mekong River, China has nothing to worry about the India and this Burma and Laos country. They don't bother at all. Whenever it comes to their mind, they make the dam there. But, like, what is the problem with the Iraq? Iraq, why Saddam Hussein fell? There is a question mark. Why Saddam Hussein fell? The biggest, why there was the Iraq-Iran war. The Iraq-Iran war happened because there is a region called Kurd region in Iraq, northern part, and that part is struggling for its independence. It is not part of Iraq. And to retain the Kurd people, they combined with the Iranian people, and they were aiming to attack on the Iraq. To curb on the Kurd people, now Iraq attacked on the Iran, so that Iran will become weak in a way that it would not help Kurd people. And whole life Saddam Hussein was fighting this war. Why they cannot lose the Kurd region? Because Iraq was territory of United Kingdom. Now United Kingdom has given Iraq this land. Now you protect it. This is your land. I have given you this land. Now when Britishers told in the ear that this is the land, now you cannot go anywhere else. The way Britishers gave India the land. But only problem with the India is when Britishers gave India at that time, Jammu Kashmir remained as a separate country. This is what Hari Singh opted, that Jammu Kashmir would remain as a separate country. So what Britishers gave to India was without Jammu and Kashmir. Whatever they gave without Sikkim and without Jammu and Kashmir, Britishers gave this India to Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, due to some unavoidable circumstances, Hari Singh, he signed accession of Jammu Kashmir to India. But it was not given by the Britishers. Whatever Britishers had given, parliament building and all rule and regulation, only that has to be followed strictly. Not beyond that. When Jammu Kashmir became part of India, Jawaharlal Nehru is scratching his head what to do. So he passed one 370 article and retaining Jammu Kashmir as a separate country. Jammu Kashmir used to have separate flag. Jammu Kashmir used to have separate constitution. No one can buy any land in Jammu and Kashmir because India is separate, Jammu Kashmir is separate. This is how, if Hari Singh had signed the accession agreement prior to 1947, then there was no case of 370. Jawaharlal Nehru would be happy. Same case with Sikkim. Sikkim became part of India afterwards. Now someone has to carry passport and those things, not visa. At least that much is required to enter into Sikkim. That much. Now same story with Pakistan. When Balochistan was given to the Pakistan by Britishers, now it has to remain because Britishers has given. Britishers bifurcated Burma, then India has nothing to do with Burma because this is what Britishers had told. India has nothing to do with Tibet and Kasi Kasgar and Sikkim because Britishers had told like this. So India, in fact, in 1953, they closed down their consulate in Kasi Kasgar also because there is a McDonald line drew by British. Whatever Britishers has said when they left the country, you have to retain that. That's why Jammu Kashmir was different country altogether. Only India was keeping its arm, looking at the Indian people sentiment. That's it. But anyway, China took part some line in Aksai Chin, Pakistan took part some line in Gilgit-Baltistan, and Nehru was no point in contesting it because after all it's a separate country because Britishers did not give it to Nehru. Now same condition is with China anyway. Now China has acquired Xinjiang, the Xinjiang province before 1914. Xinjiang province was part of Qing dynasty China. For some period 1914 to 1947, it was East Turkestan. It was a separate country at all. And prior to Qing dynasty, it was a separate country at all. So first Qing dynasty, they means Han people of China. They controlled Xinjiang. It was freed for 30, 40 years. Again, China controlled it. Since Qing dynasty and those things they had given it to China, so they controlled it. Now they have to keep it. Whereas Xinjiang is that region, Kashi Kasgar region, is part of Indian subcontinent. They have to retain it some. But there is an independence movement that is going on in Xinjiang. Now it is getting difficult for China in civil way to keep the Xinjiang because there are a lot of problem in Xinjiang. The Uyghuri people, they are asking China to go away because our culture is different, everything is different. We don't belong to China. Their script is also Arabian script, not the Chinese script. So now China has to kind of retain Xinjiang. It is becoming difficult day by day for them. After all, it's a foreign body. Not to retain the Xinjiang. Now China is making heavy industrial growth in Xinjiang. If heavy industrial growth is there, then labor and those people will come to work there. Then Chinese people, they are forcing Chinese people to go to Xinjiang or work in the industry. So the Chinese people will be more in Xinjiang. Right now, anyway, they are 50%. That much they have already traveled Han people from the Xinjiang, from the mainland China to the Xinjiang. Now the biggest threat of the China is Kazakhstan because Kazakhstan is a Muslim country and they would support the Uyghur Muslim people. Now there they cannot do the way they are treating India and Burma and Laos like Mekong River and Brahmaputra River. We will do whatever I want. 6 dam on Brahmaputra, 14 dam on Mekong River. If they try to do drama here, then Kazakhstan can make their life hell as far as terrorism is concerned. Now they have treaty with Kazakhstan as far as water dispute is concerned. China, Turkey and Burundi. These are the three countries, they don't obey United Nations water rule. If water is shared by country, there is a rule and regulation from United Nations that how much water you can divert, how much water you have to leave. Now China is in with discussion with Kazakhstan and 50% of the water, probably maximum, China can divert. So that is the situation. I don't understand that why India is so silent. It's Brahmaputra river, it's Mekong river, Mekong river that is in Burma. They are sucking the water like anything. You see the Brahmaputra river that is coming inside the Arunachal Pradesh. Means there is no water at all. Whatever Brahmaputra region is flowing through Assam, many rivers they meet in the Brahmaputra, and then only it becomes bigger like that. Otherwise, in Arunachal Pradesh, it enters on with very less water. Full water is taking away. Same condition with Mekong. The fishermen in Cambodia and those places or in Laos, they are saying there is a drastic change in the river because China is stopping the Mekong river there one. But the Kazakhstan is not India or Burma or Laos. It is showing finger on China. If you do drama, then I will also do drama because you are Xinjiang is not your part, and I'll try to produce much problem to you. But India cannot do anything because there is a McMahon line between India and Tibet. If Tibetan are in problem, India can think about the refugee state. That's it. Now China is taking out oil field, searching for oil field in Xinjiang, so that industry can go out, come out, and they are cultivating cotton crops in Xinjiang, so that the Han tribe from China they can come and work in the cotton agriculture field. Cotton needs deep water. It needs a heavy amount of water. And that's why this is they are saying to Kazakhstan, because of the textile industry and petroleum industry, the industrial growth is more in Xinjiang, so we need water. But the reason is different. Reason is to populate the mainland China people in the Xinjiang with the industry and with the agriculture. If they go with the maize and millet kind of agriculture, then it don't need much water. But for the cotton, which is a severe water is required, that crop only they are growing, and saying that's why we need to divert the river. And for that, for cotton agriculture, they need hand people. They needs a heavy labor power. It is not that easy as maize and millet. So this is the drama that is going on there. I'll read out the river name. And so it has become a issue globally. China, we do not take care of United States Nations water treaty, then suddenly how come it became so caring about the Kazakhstan? As far as in 2011, there is a treaty between China and Kazakhstan for the Xinjiang rivers, that China will not take out 50% of the water there, but no treaty with India. They can build whatever dam they can do. No need to think about it. Okay, the river name is Irtish, Illi Irtish. So Irtish river is a long river that enters Kazakhstan, then go to Russia and meets Ob river, and finally Ob river empties into the Arctic Ocean. Okay, and that is the scenario. They have built so many dam. There are other river also. So river are like there are 20 river. One is Terekti river, Khorgos river. So Khorgos river and those things. Now treaty has been signed. Now it is seen. Has to be seen that how much China they heed on. They give weightage to the treaty. And not only that, Kazakhstan export petroleum product to the China, and natural gas that is coming from Turkmenistan. It goes to China through Kazakhstan only. But those are not the actual case. China is bending in front of Kazakhstan because Kazakhstan can give shelter to the Uyghur rebellion. That is the big concern. And for that, now China is bending. So, this is the scenario. Now, if we see that how much water, then the Irtish river, 40% of the Irtish river, anyway, China is taking. Illi river, 70% of the water is taking. I mean, China is a country. If it sees anything that is not controlled by anyone, they acquire it. If there is a river where it is not controlled by anyone, they make dam and they start enjoying industry out there. Means I say, if you hit any animal, he will retort. But if you take out river, water, river, tree, cut the tree, take out the mountain, they don't say anything. For that, you take out their blood. This is what China is doing. Okay, so that is the scenario. They have made kind of 14 dam on Mekong River and 6 dam on Brahmaputra River. Brahmaputra River dam are Yamdor hydropower built in 1998, Pong Duno hydropower built in 2013, Zikong hydropower built in 2007, Zangmu Dam 2015, Jinha Jinha Dam that 2020, and Lalho 2019. Sixth dam they have built on Brahmaputra river. If 6 times they are sucking the blood of the river, what the Brahmaputra river situation will be? Brahmaputra, the son of Brahma, that is the Brahmaputra river, and how much is significance that is in Indian culture. It is not hidden from anyone. River Ganga, and finally it meets the Brahmaputra river. But what India would do? India is busy in something else. From 1947, India is busy in LPG cylinder 500 rupees, and then giving job in railway and giving job in post office. People are happy with that. So you take away our river, whatever. Is not that India should learn from Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan, and then it should act on China like the way Kazakhstan showing eye on China, that what it can do, that if China has not come to the table as far as water treaty is concerned, the think that India, Tibet and Kasi Kasgar, anyway it is part of India, not part of Kazakhstan. If India tries to trouble China, then how much it can trouble China? China has not obeyed any international rule and regulation when it occupied Kasi Kasgar and Lhasa. When China has not done any, followed any rule or regulation when it occupied Indian territory, why India is giving this much importance to China? Now China is moving ahead and closing Brahmaputra river day by day. India has to do something.